Are you not gonna do the singing, Mia? I've come to rely on the singing every time.
Do the singing. Mia. Yes, dear.
She's killing me. No singing.
Oh, are we live?
Yeah. We are live. That's why I'm asking you to do the thing.
Are live.
There it is. Okay. I am so happy. Starting alive without that makes me feel hollow inside.
Wow, I'm so sorry.
So hollow.
All you have to live for.
I have so much to live for, but I mean, that is just one of those things that makes you feel a little hollow inside. Yes. That's all. Hi, Jess. Oh, jinx. Yeah. Now she can't talk. Just kidding, Mia. You can talk. How's everybody doing?
Well, you said my name, so.
I did. That's why I said your name, so that you could indeed talk, because that wouldn't be very nice if we're trying to do an interview or a chat or whatever, and you can't say anything. With Talon, who's going to be here, and it's going to be amazing. We're pretty excited. Hi,
hello,
Vicky.
folks. Hello.
Hi. So excited. This is going to be great. We both do have our matching Princess Donut mugs. What? And it's just coffee. Wink, wink. Just kidding. It actually is.
Hello.
Hi, John.
I've got my pen and paper ready.
Yes, matching mugs. Well, we have the matching Winnie the Pooh mugs also. I feel like we need more matching mugs. Let's buy matching mugs. All of the matching mugs.
I have an entire cupboard of Disney mugs that basically match.
That basically match. Oh, we used to use those chip mugs, too. Those were cute.
Yes, we have 3 of those.
The chip mugs.
Thank you. It's Kelson. I can't say the full name.
Oh, it's over here. Kelson TikTok.
Hello, Kelson TikTok. Thank you. I bought these mugs from Etsy. Her name is Fat Bottom Pottery FL, like Florida. And they're just gorgeous. And I'm super happy.
Yep. They have the little gold crowns.
Yeah. And she's got a lot of other mugs. I suggest that you check her out.
Oh, yeah. She's great.
Hi. Thank you, Captain Heather. Hello.
Description typo. No. It is the talented
Wolfie's been thinking about making Ginger and the Fox's glass-edged mugs for us.
I would use that.
Yeah, Wolfie, you don't have to. Please,
you don't feel
have
obligated.
To.
No.
But if you did, we would love them.
We would use them all the time. I would continue. I would switch that out with my Luke Daniels mug that I use.
She really is all
often.
Over that Luke Daniels mug.
He gave me a gift, and so I use it all of the time. I love my Luke Daniels mug.
I'm still waiting for Kenneth to make me a Luke Daniels t-shirt and a Steve Campbell hat for my Labubu.
I know, it's true. Hi, Talon.
Hello.
Wait a second.
Hi.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
is that working? Hello.
Yay.
Let me see if I can get it a little bit louder so I can hear you guys. Now, just forewarning, Mama's a little bit under the weather, and so I've got the baby over there, and you might hear Miss Rachel in the background and baby toys, and for that, I apologize.
Amazing.
No worries.
There might be some daddish multitasking going on. Right
with
now.
the keys, maybe. I feel like my dad used keys for me, and I was like, hell yeah, keys.
Well, we got.
I don't know.
He's got plenty in there. It's just a smorgasbord.
Also,
hello everybody.
Hi.
And thank you so much for having me. So
thank you so much for
hanging out with us. Yeah, we're so excited.
This was one of those things where we were like, it's a Hail Mary.
He might try.
Message. He might not.
And here you are. We're pretty excited.
I am honored to be a part of this community, and I love people. I love talking to people. I love having conversations about all things nerdy, terrarium, Carl. So I'm very happy to be here right now.
That's awesome.
Well, we've not actually met before. I'm Mia.
I'm Liz.
And in the background is Kenneth, who you've been speaking to.
Yes.
He's our third
great
fox.
Kenneth.
Yes, the Kenneth. He doesn't ever really I can't even say he doesn't come in front of the camera anymore, because he does. He does make appearances to do some videos.
But they're irregular.
Yeah, they are very irregular. Correct.
So Talon, you've been launched into this community, I think for 2 reasons, right? Jeff Hayes has very lovingly used your father's voice, Patrick Warburton's voice, to do a lot of Carl. At least it sort of started that way.
Yes.
From there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Then I think that your father was Alpha Carl, right? So let's add more to the lore.
Of course.
And you've now been fan cast as the fan favorite.
Yes.
For the live action Carl. How does it
everywhere?
Well, it's pretty overwhelming. The support has been, and it's lovely, and I've had interactions with some, I'll preface this by saying two things. One, you are totally free to ask me any questions you want, whether I can answer them or not. I'll just say, like, just don't feel like you're limited. I'll say yes, I can talk about that. No, I can't. No, I'm not. I have not been cast. I'm trying to. I'm trying to. That's not. I've not been like teasing people, stringing people along. I've just been actively campaigning for myself.
And we are actively campaigning on your behalf as well.
Correct. We are also doing that.
Yeah, it's just as you guys are in that the entertainment sphere. It's a weird business. It's a weird business with many bubbles, and some intersect and some do not. I'm happy to talk about the biz, and there's literally you can ask me any question. You guys are awesome, so I don't mind. Like there's no risk of offense or anything like that. My introduction to Carl, which was kind of funny, was a couple years ago. After my dad did his recording on it, he's like, "Yeah, I want to introduce a buddy of mine, Jeff." And then we had a Zoom call, and I didn't know the scale of his mastery at the time. So we're just talking. He's like, "Oh, well, somebody gave me that."
Oh, look at you!
Yes, we're on vacation. Cheers.
On vacation.
But so we talked, and he told me he's the one that told me about Dungeon Crawler Carl in detail. So I got the gospel from the Messiah.
I love this so much.
The twin messiahs and Matt.
Right. Correct.
Yes, yeah, he's the voice of the prophet. And then so I started listening to it. I'm like, I love this, but then things started to get kind of crazy when my son was born, and I wasn't listening to anything, I wasn't reading anything, I wasn't watching. It's just everything was hectic, So it was about a couple months before I picked it back up again. Somebody brought it to my attention because I had loved what I had listened to, and they're like, "Oh, there's some folks that are hypothetically fan casting you for this." This is before I had finished the first book, and then I foolishly made a TikTok without realizing that Carl does not use guns, and I did that, and it was appalling, and I'm like, what?
Appalled. It's okay.
I need to rectify this. I'm like, I'm not touching this until I fully understand and absorb the material. So I did start.
I like that.
So I did start listening to it. I'm like, and we've all read books and played games and watched movies that we were enjoying, but had to stop for whatever reason or another. But I was excited to have the fire under my butt to get back into it. And while my little Miles over there, I was feeding him. I have so many fond memories. I'm like, I fell in love with it. I have so many fond memories of like early mornings, late nights, like listening to the audiobook of just the most obscene, ridiculous, heart-wrenching. It's just like, I'm pretty sure, I remember the moment, I think he had just thrown up on me when I heard Jeff go, "Did you just take your dick off and throw it at me?" I'm like, what is my life right now?
That's right.
Which might be my favorite line. Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorite lines in the series. But, and then, and Jeff invited me to listen to a few recordings on the Discord as I was getting closer. I'm like, I really want to, if you're early on, because it was during Parade, before I had gotten to Parade. I'm like, I don't want spoilers, Jeff, because it's like, he is, I consider him a friend, but it's also like I listen to the books, I listen to the books. So, I'm like, I don't want spoilers. I don't want to know what's coming. I want to listen and experience everything the first time. So I went to a couple, and then as soon as that book came out, I was just every single day at the gym walking, just listening to that. I think I've gone off on a tangent, but it wasn't until and after I was fully immersed in the Church of Dinnaman, then I'm like, okay, I'll make some stuff. So
I love that.
That was incredible.
That's amazing.
You said it very lovingly, right? You were like, I was really encouraged to go back and like get a fire under my butt to like listen to all the source material. But it's in the craziest way possible, right? People are like, you should play this character, and we will riot if it's not you.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that.
I'll be perfect. Listen, it's yes, that is crazy, but I think I said it in a Reddit post, and I'll say it again now. No matter who's cast, I just hope whoever's cast loves the material.
Yeah,
I hope they love the material. I think that the reason why I'm campaigning hard for this is sometimes, as an actor, occasionally projects come along and you feel a connection in your heart and you want to put everything into making that happen. So I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I would forever regret not doing everything that I could in a respectful way to be as visible as possible. I just want to be a part of the conversation. I just want to be a part of the conversation. And that's tricky as a voice actor primarily. Now, I have done on-camera work, but we were talking about bubbles earlier. So, like, a couple of those bubbles, like, for example, one would be on camera, and the other would be voice. And within on camera, you have primarily cinematic, and then you have TV, and there's often intersect. And there is some intersect, too, between voice and on camera. My dad is an excellent example. Growing up, I thought that was the norm. It is not. Most actors focus on one medium compared to the other, and there absolutely is a stigma, in the entertainment industry against voice actors and on camera. Like I'll say, but you will hear stories from both sides. Like any voice acting class you go to, you will hear teachers tell stories of A-listers coming in and not knowing what they're doing, because I've always equated them as similar skills. It's like oil painting and watercolors. Very similar skill sets, but if you jump from one medium to the other, you're going to be a little confused because the techniques are somewhat different.
Yeah,
but
that's a great analogy.
At its core, acting is acting, and if you are devoted to the craft, you need to put in the necessary work for the medium that you are practicing. So even though most of my success has been in voice, and I've been very grateful for some amazing opportunities in that, some that I can talk about, some that I can't, but hopefully soon. I've also been, I've been going to the same on-camera acting class for the past 8 years, just because you need to keep those tools sharp. To quote one of my teachers, this business is neither linear, it's not a meritocracy. Every single path is different, and I've put more energy. I will say, the volume of auditions that you get for voiceover, even if you're getting a lot of auditions, no matter if you're mostly on camera, mostly voice, you can get a couple dozen auditions a week in voice when you get rolling. You're lucky if you get a couple. You're lucky if you get one on camera a week. Just the volume is, and as you guys probably learned, I'm a pretty big nerd. And in that realm of voice, it's a very nerdy community. So they're my people, Yeah. And I've been talking for a while. We can talk more about it if you want to hop back into it. But please ask away, and I apologize for rambling.
Yeah, no,
we love this, first of all.
So here's the thing. You're in this community, especially with Kenneth, you're not allowed to apologize for anything that you don't need to apologize for.
Which is
so you don't need to apologize for the baby anymore.
Yep.
And you don't need to apologize for rambling anymore.
Yeah. Just so you know, we are loving this. We are very excited. This is also a very open and welcoming community. We have met so many people that are absolutely amazing, that love this genre, that love these books, and we are very excited, that you're here. I just heard it. Was that a dada that you just got?
It was I'm
okay.
still hear you. I'm going to give him his bottle. One second.
Please give him his bottle. I love that so much.
So hear us. I am going to ask. It sounds like, Talon, you are putting in a lot of work to try and promote yourself for the role as much as humanly possible. Is there anything that we can actively do to help you as you become invisible?
There you go.
He's basically
all right.
Lord
I have returned. He has received his baba.
He has received his baba. Wonderful. So, do we need to
ask again?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna ask him one more
time. The fridge was open.
That's okay.
That's okay. The fridge yells at Liz 3 times.
It does. It beeps. Our fridge beeps if I leave it open, and one of our dogs is terrified of it. So even if I'm in another room, I always know if I've accidentally left it a little bit open because it'll start beeping, and Ollie freaks out. He hates it.
But Talon, I was saying that it's very clear that you are putting a lot of heart and soul and effort into doing all the legwork that you possibly can do to make yourself available and known that you would really like this role. Is there anything that we can actively be doing to help support you in this campaign?
What you're doing right now, it's and to reiterate, when people listen and read a book, they have very clear images in their mind. That's one of the things that I love about books as a medium. When you're reading it, there's the theater of the mind. and people feel so strongly because I'm an avid reader too, you know, and when it's decided to bring that to the screen, there can be pretty divided responses to
That's
that.
true.
You know? So, and I hold, you know, zero negativity. I guess it's probably better ways to put it towards anybody who wants somebody else, because I get it. I'm just in a weird position where I can be working towards something, and all I can do is promise to bring as much justice to the character as possible, should I be given the chance. And to emphasize, I have not been given that chance yet. I am working for that opportunity, fingers crossed.
Absolutely.
And the thing that I appreciate the most, you know, one of the things about this book that's helped this series, the fans, I heard about Dungeon Crawler Carl. Actually, I heard about it from my best friend. He told me about it. I actually got a couple of best friends. I've got an amazing group of dudes, but one of my, it's hard to narrow. In case one of them is watching, they're like, "Wait, hold on."
Yeah, which one are you talking about?
Yeah, we wait, but yeah. I love that.
I have some amazing dudes in my life. We'll talk about I'll talk about the bros later. I've got some stories. Yes,
We love it.
if we have time. But he told me, he's like, you got to read Dungeon Crawler Carl. Actually, listen. You're gonna love the audiobooks. You should listen to it. And it's everybody. If you read it, you're gonna tell somebody about it. I, for one, have brought at least 3 people into the Church of Carl.
I love
this.
this.
Because this is before any of this stuff was happening. Like, just trust me. I know you'd love this. Just listen to the first couple chapters. You know, listen. That's how I enjoyed it. Yeah, there's Trevor. Trevor is my, you know. So Trevor, it's you and Pat. Trevor's watching. I have known Trevor. He is blood. He is literally like blood. I've known him since the 4th grade. So like we've been best friends for over 20 years. You know, like I've got some very close. Like I got like Pat, Kurt. Pat's the one that told me, because I don't want to hurt any feelings, because it's like I feel like they're literally like my brothers.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea. You know, Trevor, like he had multiple best men at his wedding. It's like I can't choose one, and I'm like, goddamn right. You know, that's what you
All of them. Yep. I love this.
But I ramble. I just know they're watching now. Hi, buddy.
You're now.
But so looping back, you know, if you know, people talk about this series, and you know, with everything that's going on, the positive word of mouth that people have been spreading about, you know, me has been extremely, very flattering, overwhelming, and it's just a more fuel to the fire of just, should I be given the chance, being the best Carl I can be, and even if not, you know, it's like I'm going to watch the heck out of this show, and I just want them to honor the source material and make sure the messages and the tones and the themes are conveyed in the way that Matt intends. I think it's very important, because I think the messages, because there are multiple messages to the series, are more relevant now than ever before. I think they're of critical importance. I think there's some of the deepest, heaviest themes covered in a mask. You know, something far more ridiculous than it seems to be, but there's a reason it's connected so viscerally with so many people.
Yeah, completely. And I have to imagine that it feels really good to be fan cast as a character that you can connect with in a story that you really love, versus, you know, if someone casts you as the villain of something, not as fun, right? Luckily, you got fan cast as the hero.
Yes.
I would not mind playing villains. Was a lot of fun. I played a few villains and some villain adjacent, you know, characters. But it is very fun to be bad.
There you go.
Yeah.
From the mouth of Talon himself.
There you go.
We're not going to clip this at all.
Don't worry.
You're welcome to clip as much as you want. I have nothing to hide.
Video.
Permission.
I love this.
Well, Talon, we are more than happy to keep doing this and like campaigning and promoting for
Absolutely.
you. We will also make videos, but we are prepared to go like 57 steps further. Like,
if needed.
We will write letters.
57.
We will text Jeff's
57.
fiance.
Yes, we know her. We love her. She's great.
I had lunch with her and Jeff a couple days ago. She was there too.
Aren't they lovely?
They're adorable.
They're some of the loveliest people you will ever meet.
Yes.
She reads like 400 books a year.
It's crazy. Like the amount of books that this girl can read, just amazing.
She's his secret weapon.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
Absolutely. She's great. We love her.
Yeah, that's insane.
Absolutely. But we what we're saying is we are willing to, you know, go knock on doors if we need to at this point. Form a petition. That could be fun.
Well, I don't know about petition, but anything, just getting the word out there is, I mean, it's interesting. So, I mean, since I have an opportunity to talk to so many, to you guys and to the lovely folks that are watching this, hi. I will address a couple things that I've seen online. So nepotism.
Fantastic.
I have no idea what you're talking about. That's crazy. That's wild. Yes and no. Nepotism is a weird thing in that. So, am I being presented this opportunity? It's a very kind of a strange twist of fate because because my dad had his career. It was a very successful career. Continues to be a successful career. Jeff decided to use a version of that voice to the point where it became a meme, to the point where Matt asked Dad to come on and actually voice Carl's dad and Alpha Carl. So it's somewhat poetic in that aspect. Now, that being said, in my experience, nepotism is like my agency that I'm at right now for voice was my dad's agency, still is my dad's agency. I got in there. They opened the door for me, and it's a very good agency. But they told me, they're like, hey, you need to take classes. You're a new actor, So before we start setting up for anything, you need to develop the skills. So I did for years, So it's like the door is open. We'll take a chance on you, but you need to invest in yourself first. So nepotism, yes, but it's like nepotism can open doors, but you ultimately have to stay there by your own merit, and if they don't want you, they don't want you,
Absolutely.
So does it provide advantages that others do not have? Yes, and I'm not blind to that, and I feel very grateful for those, and I don't want to I would not squander it, but my dad, trust me, if he could get me in there right now to have that meeting, I would be doing that. He cannot, he works. He's not as close to Seth as people think, and I would be telling you happily if he was. But Seth is in a whole different stratosphere right now of busyness. Like my dad's told me, he's like, I've never met a busier person in my life. I don't even think he has Seth's current cell phone number. I'm not just saying that. Seth is spinning so many plates, so many plates. He's barely involved in Family Guy now. Like the writing element, he comes in, he does the voices, but he leaves it to other people. He leaves it to other people, so it is crazy. But I mean, geez, Seth has this Christmas party every year, and there's like a couple thousand people there. When my dad brought me one year, because he's one of the many that gets an invite, we had 3 minutes to talk to Seth before we were ushered away. It's like so it's not even though it's been a 30-year relationship. It's he can help, but he can only help so much.
Sure,
you can only help so much, and the what's provided the most help has been everybody here. Is the people that have been, for which I'm eternally grateful, being like, hey, I think Talon might be a good for this. That's what's done more help than anything.
Agreed.
More help than anything, because my agents, that's what when they talk to me, they're like, well, we saw this, and people have come up to me mentioning you, because of the people supporting and campaigning for me, which is a very surreal, insane experience that I'm like, no matter what happens, just to feel that kind of love and support, it's insane. It's
absolutely. And I will say that this fandom is very, I'm going to use the word particular here, but very particular about the voices and who they want cast. So the fact that you are such a fan favorite says worlds about you, nepotism or not. If you were not somebody that we think could play Carl, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. I mean, let's be so for real right now. You could be, some any other, A-list actor's
I think it's less the nepotism.
Yeah, and
that
more
has helped you, and more that you inherited the vocal cords, and you're in the right age range,
and you look like Carl,
and the right height, right, like all the stars aligned to make you Carl at this moment.
All of them. You were born in the exact right time. The stars aligned. There is Carl. That's all I have to look at you.
I hope so. Because if Carl's the thing that changes my, the job that changes my career trajectory.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've been very fortunate, in particularly in voice acting. I've had some amazing opportunities, and like I said, some's come out, some I'm almost able to talk about.
Almost.
And It's sorry, I'm getting a couple texts right now, and I will.
You're fine.
No, it's fine.
I have my apologies.
You're good.
What was I talking about? Oh my god, I don't remember. Dad brain.
Okay.
You were saying that if this role changes your life,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
you've
yes,
got some
yes.
projects that you can almost talk about.
Almost.
Yeah.
We're right there.
Oh, to quote I think I mentioned it earlier, but what my acting teacher, who's also a good friend of mine, he said, is this business is neither linear nor a meritocracy.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't fair, and everybody's path is different. You just don't know.
Correct.
Unfortunately, there is no guidebook for that. Now, going back to bubbles, here's what I'll say again, too. So it's like, for any given job, very seldom is there like one person. There's often a couple people who could really nail it, and but like once they enter the stage, like that's how people visualize that character. That's how they visualize that. It's the relationships are key, but like one of the things that you really have to do as an actor, whether it's on camera or voice, like is building those relationships. Like it's here's an example where you'll never know how it's going to happen. So I've been fortunate to do some stuff in like anime and like anime video games. That's a separate bubble within voice that I'm still not entirely. Oh, howdy, partner. There we go. That I'm still not 100% into. Like I'm like right there. I've done some stuff, but not working on the projects yet that I'd like to be working on because I'm a big nerd. I love anime too.
Yeah.
So here's an example. I was in an on-camera class, and one of the individuals in that class who sat next to me, who became a very good friend of mine, is named Ryan Colt Levy. He is exploded in anime. I don't know if you're familiar with Chainsaw Man, but he is Chainsaw Man, and he's like in my hero. Huh?
Sorry, Ginger, who in the thing, she loves Chainsaw Man. So
We have a friend in the comments.
who loves Chainsaw Man. So I was like,
There you
Ginger.
go.
Yep. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
He is. Hello, yes, he is Denji. And he crushes it. He skyrocketed. Like at that point, I had already done Guardians of the Galaxy, the animated series. So I was like starting to work on some bigger name animation projects, and then he just like way past me because that's just how it was. He's extremely talented, very good at networking, and one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. And he was, that's just kind of how his path unfolded. Then he's like, hey, you know what? You should hang out with a friend of mine. He works out too. He's big into D&D. His name's Bill Butts. And Bill Butts, if you don't follow him, he's got a heart as big as his muscles, and he has very big muscles. As a matter of fact, I'll say it right now. He's also a very talented actor that I've acted with. I think he'd be a phenomenal Chris. Chris, I don't know. I mean, he's maybe a little bit bigger than Chris, but like he's got the presence. His real personality. He's very bombastic. He's a big guy, but like he can bring it down. So I'm putting it out here first. Bill Butts for Chris.
I love it. We're on it. We're gonna find him.
And Talon Warburton for Carl.
Yes, I love this.
I would love to work. I just want to be able to do projects with my friends. That would be well.
That would be the greatest.
I don't know.
That would be more nepotism. Amazing.
But I can try to manifest things. I can try to manifest.
Absolutely.
But what it's saying. So he introduced me to Bill, and then Bill, I went to I slid into Bill's DMs on Twitter. I'm like, hey, we should work out sometime. Ryan says you're cool, and he's like, my man. And then so yes, Miles. So we worked out, and he's like, you should play board games with me and my friends. And then we talked about mini painting, and then I got invited to board games, and through them I met some lovely gentlemen who became extremely dear friends of mine that are casting directors on some like anime video games. Awesome. And we became friends first, and we were friends for like a year. And then I started getting auditions. It's friendship first, and then they're like, what, I actually think you'd be a good fit for something. So in this industry, it's good to be hungry. It's never okay to be thirsty. Because you will meet people.
I like that a lot.
I like that.
It's I think that might be a Talon original, but you can steal that.
Take it.
Please, yes.
We'll quote you.
Yes.
But you meet people where the vibe is immediate, like, what can you do for me? But I've always led with the intent of like, I love people. I like making friends. Let's be friends first. If we can help each other, great. If not, I am thrilled to have you as a friend. Because I think life is made special by the relationships that we have, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You still have to be proactive, so I'm still trying to get better at asking for things.
I feel like this was meant to be.
Yeah.
We feel the exact same way. We call ourselves like
We're
the book talk hype girls. We just want to hype everybody up. We want to be excited with people. if we can help people, we absolutely want to, but like, just building a community and a safe where people feel like they can be heard, feel like they can come and nerd out with us, regardless of where you stand on anything else, just a safe space for everybody to hang out, be nerds together, and have a good time, which we love.
And have a good time. And that's why I love the voice acting realm, because it's so much more down to earth as a whole than on camera. Not to say I don't love on camera and watching on camera stuff, but it's a different vibe. It's a different vibe entirely, and not everybody's like that, but it's a very visual medium, so it's like,
totally.
Now listen, I'll say this, as somebody who is chronically online, and I shouldn't be, you see a lot of comments, good and bad, about your appearance, and some people can get pretty intense about their opinions about how you look.
That's true.
It's kind of a weird, surreal experience to be, just seeing strangers talking about how you look, or
Talent. We are women on the internet. We understand.
I didn't realize yes, this is what you guys deal with all the time. This sucks.
It's like Liz once was talking about the book on Reddit. I think you were really excited, like book 6 came.
No, I was excited that the game had been announced,
and
I got on Reddit and took a picture of myself holding, the picture of the game. Like, oh my god, did you guys see this? I'm so excited. I got mercilessly trolled for immediately for like an hour of just people commenting. I bet she can't even read. What is the point of this?
She's just here for the tits.
Yeah, right? like she's only here to show off her boobs.
Wearing a shirt and happens to be somebody who has boobs.
Because I'm a female.
It was so bad that Matt himself had to get into the comments and be
and
like,
Ginger and
Foxes are our friends.
Be nice.
Be nice to our friends. She was actually the top thread on Reddit that day.
Yes,
for all
day,
the worst.
All of Reddit.
It was because it started off really, really bad, and then Matt jumped in and was like, be nice to my friends, and then everyone was like, yeah, we love them! And so I went from like really, really bad to like really, really positive, because Matt is a cool stand-up guy.
It really helped that there was a couple of the moderators that got in there right away and started deleting stuff and blocking people and banning people, and they're like, this is not okay. But yeah, it's
all of that to be said.
The internet is a wild place. It's just, I don't get on Reddit very much anymore because of it. Like, I have a Reddit streak going where I comment once a day, probably either in Dungeon Crawler Carl or the other lit RPG groups, to keep my streak going, because I'm apparently obsessive compulsive about this one thing. I have to have my streak going. Yeah.
But we came into the space.
Yeah.
Because like you, and like everyone I think in Dungeon Crawler Carl, somebody in our book club, a friend of ours, recommended it to us. And so we picked it up. And then Liz and I happened to go to Lit RPG Con, for its inaugural event last year, because Matt made a video saying like, hey, Liz made a sort of a funny video joke.
It was a little joke. I'll change my,
I'm in the area. I would change my flight if Matt himself invited me.
Correct.
And then he did. And then he made a video and was like,
we're invited.
Want to show up?
Like,
they should show up.
Shit, here we go.
We showed up, and we got to meet Matt, and we got to meet Jeff. And quite frankly, they were such lovely, nice, kind people, especially Jeff.
Yeah.
And we were we will stay in the space and we will do everything to hype up Sound Booth Theater.
Absolutely.
And all we've done ever since is really try and hype up the narrator community, anyone who works with anywhere near Sound Booth Theater.
All the indie authors. And another thing, Matt, all over, after he met us and he was, super cool, he started bringing us random authors. He's like, this is an indie author. They wrote a book. Talk to them. They do stuff on, on the internet. They do stuff on TikTok. And then he would leave. And so we're standing there with these authors like, hi. They're like, oh, do you do?
And it was really he recognized us as helpers. And was like, if you want to help, I will bring you people that you can help.
Yeah, and there you go.
And that's it. You got to be a helper. You got to be a helper. That's you will succeed infinitely more if your goal is helping. But you also got to strike the balance, and it's you have to know when to advocate for yourself, and you have to know when to, because it's asking somebody is not inconveniencing somebody. They can always say no. How you ask is very important, but it's like you cannot wait for something to happen. You can't wait for something to happen. And as this was happening, I said, I can't wait. Assume, we've had a couple folks fan casting, but I had on my to-do list, make that Carl TikTok of changing the cosplay till it was, appropriate to the lore.
Yes.
I had been waiting on that for a while. I was afraid to do it. I'm like, no, do it.
Do it.
Guys. So I encourage. I know everybody out there has a to-do list and some things that they've been putting off for months. So do it.
Well,
Do
and
it.
don't let perfection be the enemy of good.
Correct.
Very true.
Yeah,
Very true.
you gotta get in there.
I put the toe ring on the wrong toe. I have to redo the whole thing. Yeah,
After the AI made it very clear,
pinky
do not
toe.
put it on the wrong toe. So help me.
How dare you? That
I know. Oh, by the way, if you would believe it, we've shared an almost to the T experience in regards to bullying online until a certain party stepped in.
Really?
Ah,
So I'm
Please
in
tell.
a video. Huh?
I said,
I
please
should
tell.
tell.
Yes.
Are you familiar with the game Honkai Star Rail?
No.
So it's a gacha game. I think it's a MiHoYo Chinese studio, but like Genshin Impact. Are you familiar with Genshin Impact?
That, yes. Okay.
Same studio. So their three big games are
Gotcha.
Genshin, Honkai, and Zenless Zone Zero. So Honkai is a pretty solid second place, but it's a very big game. Genshin alone made $1 billion more than the entirety of Sony Interactive last year,
Oh,
which
I didn't
is
realize.
crazy.
Dang.
insane.
Yeah. All right.
Because of how global it is. But that and anime fans can be quite rabid. I will say. No, this was pre-strike, and I still don't know exactly what happened. But the actor that used to voice Argenti, who I voice now, he decided to step away from the role. Never really fully learned what that was about. I just got an audition saying, "Hey, we're looking for a voice match. We don't know what we're doing yet." It was very cryptic. And I'm like, oh, okay, this sounds like a lot of fun, character. And I didn't know, like, they're calling you in, and they're like, we may use you, we may not. We're trying to, contractually negotiate something. And I'm like, okay. And then, like, a week later, like, okay, they're using you. I'm like, wait, what's going on? So it's like, so you're going to be the character now. And they normally post about it. They didn't because, people can feel very strongly about recasts in particular because you fall in love with a certain character, a way that it's done. And it's like, when you have to do a recast, how can I honor the original but make it my own? I don't want to be like a copycat of that, but still be true to the character. And that's kind of its own difficult balance. Before it was even announced, when they made the switch, because the character was silent for a couple patches, and like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then they changed the information on the website first, my Twitter exploded, and most of it was negativity.
Oh,
no. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's good practice for some of the comments I've seen.
And you got rescued.
I did get, but like somebody, so the character's name is Argenti, and I think my favorite tweet was, waking up to Argenti's voice recast was my 9/11. And I'm like,
dramatic much? Jeez.
Like, oh, color me Al Qaeda. I guess you're a fan. They weren't. And then like I got a couple death threats, both from the same guy, but he did say please die in a car crash. So that's I mean, I think that
he was at least polite about his death threat.
About it. Then the original actor is like, hey guys, knock it off. He has no part in this. Let's be welcoming. And then me and him had a wonderful little back and forth, and then mood reversal on that because we showed that we were cool with each other, and he is an amazing human being. And it's just, I've always tried to lead with positivity. I'm not always successful in that, but I've found much more happiness and success by leading with positivity rather than like fighting back.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah.
My mama always tells me you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. So.
Well, and we try and take the high road.
Yeah.
Right? Keep doing what we're doing, which is indeed positive. Every once in a while, we've had to address it, but to your point, I think that we've always found that it's easier for us to be us, and that's just to be positive than to be, drugged down into the muck.
That's true.
Yes, I mean, and sometimes you find yourself fighting against the muck, but that's life,
Speaking of muck, sorry, Talon,
yes.
I'm so excited. I'm so sorry. How's your vivarium going?
Why is muck the segue? It's fine.
Because there's mud. You have a water element, and something's gonna live in there.
Water element, it only trickles.
It trickles. It's a little muddy.
Unfortunately, there is no longer a water element because there was a leak I could not find,
Oh, no.
and I had to lift it, and thankfully I had a drainage layer, and I had to siphon it out. And I'm pretty sure I swallowed some swamp water that gave. I don't know.
So I wasn't wrong with the muck segue.
There is muck.
No, it was just too close to home.
Too close. Me spying.
Wow.
Wow.
And this is why you cover up your webcam, folks. No, so the vivarium is going well. I've planted some fun plants in there. I took some clippings of vines from down the street that are doing well as well. I got a mixture of rare mosses that I'm trying to propagate in there, but I'm going to let it. I got different isopods and springtails, and I'm just kind of letting it do its thing for a couple months before I decide to put anything in there, because I want to make sure that I can maintain a consistent humidity and temperature gradient, because I would love to put a dragon snake in there. It's a kind of a bucket list animal of mine, and they recently cracked the code in keeping them happy, and that's you keep them like poison dart frogs, so they don't like heating elements. They want things very moist. They like things that you cannot get above 80 degrees, and which is crazy for a snake. Like it's got to be like mid-low 70s. That's what they like, because that's what they're used to.
Well,
there are rats behind me, by the way. There's rats.
Wow.
That's
for
what's
feeding.
going on. Huh? No. The only animals we have right now are rats and a lazy, right now, golden retriever who's usually insane.
Well, we have 3 dogs and 2 cats, all by choice.
Yes.
And then when Liz and I became a thing, we got a fish.
Yep.
So we have a Bruce, who is a beta fish. Yep. But then everything else sort of came our way. So a toad walked into our front door one day.
Just like hopped in and it stayed
was
there.
Just like hanging out in our atrium, and so we went.
That's a sign. You see.
Yeah.
Right. So now he lives in my kitchen. His name is Prince Naveen.
He's got a little terrarium and he hangs out. He's
and then
great.
there was a salamander that was on our front porch. And
Mushu, yes.
His name is now Mushu, so he lives on my desk.
I went to pick him up, and normally the little salamander just run away really fast, and he just laid there, and I'm like, he might need some help. So I picked him up and I brought him in. I was like, Mia, we need to fix this. So now he lives in there and he's very happy. He eats his little bugs. He hangs out.
And then recently, we went to the pet store
kind of just brought
to get isopods for
the salamander.
My salamander. And we got
we found a Pac-Man frog.
And his name.
Oh my gosh, those guys are fun.
Look at him.
His name is Jean Bob.
Kenneth, make it
like from the Swan Princess.
Yes. There he is.
I love those, but boy, do they like to toss things up. So you can't have any pretty little plants in there. So
so he has moss and water, and I missed him, and he lives on my desk, and we're very happy together.
Yes, he has his little
beautiful,
bugs that he
beautiful setup. I love that. Very Victorian.
Yes. Thank you. Well, do you want to go get Gwen?
No.
Why don't you go get Gwen? So Gwen is my small jumping spider.
I hate
she also lives in a small Victorian house, glass house, but she has a chandelier and a fireplace and a piano and a spiral staircase and a photo of Liz, Kenneth, and I that looks like a painting as if we were like 15th century French royalty.
I hate spiders. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them.
Well, Liz,
I have
we got a jumping spider. Because Liz almost murdered us one day when she was driving in her Jeep and she saw a piece of lint and thought it was a spider.
No, it was a spider on my arm. It was not lint. It was a spider.
So
I'm going to stand up and walk away from this.
Having a psychology background, I decided that what she needed was
I also have a psychology background.
Dueling psychology backgrounds.
I'm going this way.
So this is where Gwen lives.
I hate it.
And Gwen is
fantastic.
up in here. You can't see her right now.
Because she's a scary,
she has a Victorian
spider.
And a chandelier, and she has her own fish tank there in the back on top of the fireplace.
She will eat them.
And a photo of Liz, Kenneth, and I. That's right. So,
take it away.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
If you thought that Jean Bob lived in a nice house, this is Spider Gwen's house. We're also committed to the naming conventions here.
Yes.
No, I like, if anybody loves commitment to the bit, I love commitment to the bit. So
I primarily feed her mealworms, is what she eats.
Mealworms?
Yeah.
What's actually funny is Spider-Man, like the character is one of my favorites. Like growing up, I have all of I've been collecting his comic books since I was 7.
A phobia of spiders.
But I have a phobia of actual spiders. So when he turned into Man Spider there for a little bit,
it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, was not okay. I think that's happening in this next movie. I'm pretty excited about. Anyway,
so Talon, speaking of Disney.
Yes.
Speaking of Disney.
So I guess do you have any connection to, or I guess your dad was Kronk. Do you guys have any connection to Disney?
Is
Do
there?
you have any ins?
Do you have an in with Disney?
I've worked for Disney a couple times. I'm in their Iron Man and His Awesome Friends, which is, the preschool version of,
Yes! I
I
had
play,
my nephews watch that.
I play Absorbing Man, who I
Amazing.
modeled after my dad after 6 cups of coffee and maybe a few zins. And that's it, but
I love
I've
that
done a
so
few things for
much.
them. So it's like, yes, Miles.
Oh, Miles.
Now,
Let us
if
know.
he starts to get too fussy because dinner time is approaching now, we could do a little multitasking, and I could try to get him in his chair, and you might hear him fussing as
You're
I...
more
We're
than
fine
welcome.
with that. Yeah,
We don't mind at
do
all.
whatever you need to do. We appreciate you hanging out with us. So absolutely.
Talon, is it cool if we have a friend? Her name is Jessica Jess Wargo,
Jess
and we have
Wargo.
another friend named Jessica Threet. Jess Wargo runs In Other Worlds podcast, which is one of the best podcasts on TikTok.
Agreed.
She does a lot of lit RPG. She's been monitoring the comments. Is it cool? She's been monitoring the comments. She's been monitoring the comments.
She can monitor. So
it cool if
here's
she
what I'm
comes
going to do.
Okay,
Talk amongst yourselves, and you will hear me put him in his seat, and I'm going to multitask so we can keep having this lovely conversation. I'm here, but I'm going to start to feed the baby. One second.
Excellent.
Feed the baby.
So we're going to talk amongst ourselves.
Yes.
Kenneth, do you want to bring up Jess in Other
All right.
Worlds?
Here we go.
Oh.
Here we go.
Hi,
Yeah.
Jess.
Hey.
He is going to cry because he doesn't like
We don't mind at all.
That's okay.
Come here.
Oh.
Apparently, we're just bringing people named Jessica up here.
Yes,
That's right.
that was our
Well,
goal.
here's the thing. We have promised to Talon, whether he likes it or not, we are hyping him up.
We're
We have
doing
also
that.
warned him that we are the helpers.
Yeah.
So just wait a hot second, and when he comes back, you'll see why.
Yes.
All
it
the
happens.
Jessicas are here.
But Jess, in Other Worlds, have you found? First of all, are you feeling any better? How are you doing?
Yes, I feel a lot better.
Okay,
We're
good.
so
We're
good
very
to
happy
hear.
to hear that. Yes.
I'm all good.
Good.
Have you found any super good questions, funny questions, whatever in the chat? Do we have any
There are a few.
questions?
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. Then we
There
will
are.
run
There-
those through.
I've got 3 written down.
Okay. We
I
love
feel like
that.
that's a good number,
Absolutely.
especially considering that Talon is trying to feed Miles, and it sounds like Miles is rioting. The poor thing.
Yeah.
No, it sounds like he's having a great time. Miles is now having his supper, and he is very, very happy. And I
He
don't.
has an appetizer. Oh, hello! We have new friends. Hi.
These are
everybody.
new friends.
So Talon, here's the segue.
Yes.
So Jess
Yes.
has been monitoring the comments. So she's got a few
That's
comments.
this one.
This one,
Directed
Jess in
below
Other
me.
Worlds.
Yes.
That she's gonna, if you don't mind answering, pull from the comments.
Not at all. No, I was going to say I've seen a lot of lovely comments in the thread. I hope we can. If I haven't seen them, I'm sorry, guys.
You're
I'm
good.
happy to answer.
That's why we
So
have
please,
Jess.
yes. Thank you, Jess. Please hit me. Yes.
Well, and then also Talon, this is Jessica Threet. She is a
That one.
talented
That one.
narrator. She works with Sound Booth Theater on a lot of projects, including the Dungeon Crawler Carl Audio Immersion Tunnel.
Yes, that Sound Booth does.
She is-
That's awesome.
She is Lucia Marr. We
Mhm.
love her dearly.
Right?
That's awesome.
Thank you.
But we have now, whether you like it or not, we've sort
Ooh.
of promised that we're going to be your helpers and we're going to promote you as much as we can for the role of Carl. Similarly, we love Jessica Threet and we are pushing to make her a Disney character, if not a Disney princess,
That's
in the
happening.
audio world someday.
She is a Disney adult like
So
us.
we just wanted to come
We've
on here
bonded over
and,
this.
and hype her up as much as we possibly could because this is within our power.
Yes. So
Is that what you're asking about the
Yes,
Disney
sir.
connection?
that's where
right.
that came in.
So let me think about that for a second. Well, first of all, if you don't follow me already, follow me and
Yeah.
shoot me not a message. Shoot me a DM, and we can. Disney's a weird. Well, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Here's
but
the thing: we if we could just get her an audition, we would be
know
super
that she would
grateful.
do
She
it.
can
Yeah.
she can carry herself. She doesn't need any
She
carrying
can
from
sing.
us.
No, you're
She
fine.
has the
Here's
best
the deal.
voice. Yeah.
I am happy to help in any way that I can. All I can do is for example, like my agency. I have opened the door for many of my friends. They've kept a few, and they've said no to most. But it's it's my goal. I've gotten to where I am because of help. And I will help in any capacity that's within my power to do so. So don't feel you're good. So please shoot me a message and All I can promise is I will see what I can do. You know, it might be a.
You don't have to do anything. I just appreciate your
Do it anyway. Like, listen, you're good. I mean, to be clear, and anybody listening too. I mean, I've gotten a lot of comments, a lot of messages, and it's hard to get to all of them. So if I've missed something, please take nothing personally, and especially like being a dad too and stuff. It's
absolutely.
You seem to have a little bit going on. You know, we
I
noticed.
was in the bathtub yesterday. It was horrible. Second time.
Oh no.
Like an evil version of bobbing for apples.
But Jessica, not to embarrass you, she didn't know we were doing this. But
She had no idea.
We've promised to make the small connections that we can, and this we doing our little bit of helping.
I just thought I was saying hi.
You were also saying hi, so say hi.
Yeah, that too.
This is Jessica.
Yeah. But seriously, shoot me a message and I'll have some questions for you to see if I can do anything, I will. Yes.
You're fine. I appreciate it. You're good.
Absolutely. So, Jess, from In Other Worlds, what other questions did we have pop up in the comments that we've seen?
So, if you were offered a non-Carl role, would you take it? And who would your second choice be?
Ooh, and didn't you call Carl the live action?
In a heartbeat. To be involved in the show in any way would be amazing. I mean, since there's going to be a lot of CGI, like doing anything Mantar related would be hilarious.
Oh my god!
Yeah. They might want an authentic Australian, but Florin would be really cool.
Ooh, yeah.
And that would be kind of poetic because I did my first video with a shotgun.
I love it.
Oops. Uzi Jesus is hilarious. Uzi Jesus.
Uzi Jesus, man.
That would be a good one.
That's what. You know what?
Even the Maestro would be kind of poetically hilarious. To be involved that intimately in the series in any way would be insane. Now, I'm gonna give him his bottle of water. 1 second. Still listening.
I adore him.
I love this so much.
I know who I would want to be.
Ooh,
Jess,
who would you want to be, Jess?
Me.
There you go. That is another thing, Talon. I don't know if you know this. You know Sick Ass Wargo, the slug?
The Sluggalo
in
Carl?
That's Sick Ass Wargo. That's who that is.
Oh my god.
That's me.
Actually Sick Ass Wargo. Matt told her she was a character and she became a sluggalo. So that is who that is.
It is an honor and a pleasure to be in your presence.
Yeah.
Sick ass.
The warning that I got was just him saying, "I'm sorry."
I'm sorry. By the way,
it texted you
and
and
then
was
I
like,
said,
"I'm
"What?"
sorry."
And he said, "You'll find out."
Bless.
I love that.
No, that's awesome.
And Talon, I'm just going to tell you what I told all the lovely people here while you stepped away. You're totally good to keep stepping away.
Yeah.
We enjoy this immensely.
Yes.
That's good because I got to microwave some all white meat chicken nuggets in a second.
Yes, chicken nuggets.
I do like chicken nuggets. They are one of my
This is
favorites.
also how we know that Talon is one of us because he went, if I can't beat Carl, I want to be a Mantar.
Mantar!
I would.
Hail and kill!
Hail and kill. That would be a blast. There's so many opportunities for just I don't know. Yeah, I would any chance to be in this. Obviously Carl's the dream, but any involvement's a dream to be in this. So.
I feel like Canadian Mordecai would also be a good one.
That's only because he's wearing the plaid shirt.
It's the plaid shirt. It is.
Plaid shirt.
I will
might
tell
be a bit
you.
tall for Mordecai. I don't mind doing the voices though, but
There you go.
Screeny bits.
Just
Not
start
for Incubus Mordecai.
Incubus Mordecai. You could be Incubus Mordecai. Oh,
Flattery.
tall. Yeah. There you
Thank
go. Well, you need to start eating these sausage biscuit breakfast sandwiches every chance you get. Just show them, you eating those. I think will just really help you pull into like the Carl. Like
I am this close to doing a how to make crab chowder video. I'm probably.
Please do it. Oh my god. So
That would be awesome.
yes. We
And make sure that you're barefoot.
yes, barefoot. We got to meet Travis Baldry.
That's a whole different level of
whole
fan
different
group
commitment.
with bare feet.
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
do that
Well,
one.
yeah, I'm on Wiki Feet now, which I'm pretty sure is a porn site because somebody tagged my feet and put them on there. That was entirely against my own volition. I didn't think
That's hilarious.
I could
The
pick that
AI
up.
did it. It was the
That was you?
AI.
All right. My friends have when I told my buddies about that, they're like, no. Like the excitement in their voice is palpable. That like,
Those are the friends you need.
Those are the friends you need.
they are. No, everybody. It's yes, I agree, Miles. I'll say one thing, and then I'm gonna go microwave those nuggets, but I'm still here. It's funny. I've seen. Now listen, this is not a critique in any way. I've seen a couple people like saying like, "Hey, all the videos he's making are goofy. Like, why doesn't he do like a serious audition take, like doing like the "You Will Not Break Me"? Mm-hmm. I don't even want to say "goddamn it, donut" for real because I'm like, I don't want to treat it like it's mine. It's like you have to be that. It's because it's not. And it's if I'm doing like serious scenes, and this is not a critique of the suggestions. To many, it comes off as a little gross. It's just like a little like, I don't want to be trying too hard. I don't want to be pick me. I like making people laugh. I think the nature of social media lends itself well to like, I think it's like one of my strong suits is just kind of being a little goofy, being a little silly, and when the time comes, like I'm more than comfortable acting serious, but what's been working for me is just being silly, so that's what I'm going to keep doing. And that too, and my agent has also recommended against doing like,
it's
making
gotta be
like,
hard to thread that line.
Oh yeah, that's
very hard to
line
thread that line. But so far so good, But yeah, that's the reason why I haven't done any like serious things. At no point do I want it to be like I am Carl. I'm trying to be. I feel I'd be a really good one.
Until inevitably you are.
Yeah.
It's a weird, like one of my acting teachers, same acting teacher, who's also he was at my freaking wedding. Very good friend of mine. Now I'm rambling again.
We love it. Keep it up.
We all do
something undiagnosed going on up here. I'm not sure what it is. It's probably why I have thousands of Warhammer models that are unpainted.
It's chicken nuggets. You need chicken nuggets.
Yeah, go do chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. We'll talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah, you go do your chicken nuggets.
Oh no, what was I going to say? He's like controlled arrogance as an actor in a sense of just like you have to believe you can do something insane, which is weird for me because it's like that's one of the reasons I did not start acting until I was out of college. I changed my major like 3 times. My degree was in business. I didn't do acting in high school. I didn't do acting in college. I didn't start until like 2015. So I've been doing it for about 10 years now, So I promise you, if the nepotism was there to help with my on-camera gigs, it would have worked by now.
Fair enough.
That's true.
Yeah. Not to say like, and not to say it's like I've gotten very close on a couple. Like I was shortlisted to be one of the 2 leads on a show that was going to be filming in Australia. It's now I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but like I was like. It was me and another guy. So and then I had another one for an HBO show that ended up changing to another network. Like I've gotten very close, but that's a lot of stuff that people don't see behind the scenes. They see what you get, and so I understand that. And I understand that a lot of my reel is kind of silly, sitcom-y stuff and very old footage. So if that's what you got to base it off of, I do not begrudge. Like I don't think it's as atrocious as some say, but I think it gives a good rough idea of like how I look on camera.
Well, I think we're gonna believe that you didn't get those roles because this role has been waiting for you.
It has been. I feel like this is a really good role.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! I mean, look. There's where is it? It's like right there. You can see we have a framed picture right there of a movie called Dragonard. And if you're curious, it is the worst piece of shit my dad's ever been in. He did when he was 22. Like it is horrifically bad in so many ways. And like I think it has the Guinness World Record for the longest whipping scene of any character. Him. Like you'll watch this movie and like, what is this? He probably would hate me for talking about it right now. When I say it's like,
watch this movie now. I need to go watch this movie now.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I'm doing it. That's happening.
Yeah, you might have to buy it. I don't even know if it exists out there. But what was I saying? Like the stuff on my reel, I am proud of it. It's not super dramatic stuff, but I like. I'm not like bashing myself, but I'm saying for somebody like Carl, I get it because he has so many moments of trauma and introspection. Like the scene that hit me the hardest was when he saw Asher for the first time as a brother and as a new father too. Just and if I think about it enough, I do get like kind of emotional and think about like the implications of that too when he had to fight that Hydra monstrosity. Well, it's only going to be able to do if it's got pieces of him. Just like everything things that he lost that he never even knew that he had.
Yeah.
There's so much going on under there. It's, you know, an example, one of my favorite examples, like Brokeback Mountain, for example, my acting teacher said, like, Heath Ledger, he's so stoic, but like so much of his acting is done in his upper lip. There's so much that's done just right here. If you want to talk about under the surface, you know, he was the king of that, because there's just, he can tell a million things with just his eyes, subtle movements, you know. So I'm not blind to what's needed for certain scenes for Carl, should I be given the opportunity. So it's not just like, oh, this is a novelty. I understand that it's a very serious story with some of the most insane, unserious elements on the outside. Ostensibly, you know, when you've got an aged male stripper that wields a sentient cumsock full of nickels riding a, you know,
A half mantar.
half mantar. You know, I'm like, why am I crying about an aging Don Quixote, you know, riding to his glory? Like, why? Why is this, you know, so, but...
I cried. I did.
If you want to talk about dancing the line, you know, Matt is the master of that because if you tell somebody about Dungeon Crawler Carl, one chapter would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, just listen to it, just read it, just trust me, okay? It's so much more than you think, and there's a reason why it's being made into a show, and there's a reason why people are. So, someone sent the comments feral online about this. Let me go microwave some nuggets. 1 second.
No microwave some nuggets, Talon.
Amazing.
Jessica 3, thank you for coming up. You don't have to stay with us. You're more than welcome to stay with us.
We would love to have you.
The panic in her eyes.
I probably won't stay too much longer because I am in the middle. I just finished the deadline for one book, and I'm in the process of working on another book, so I hit that by the deadline.
Amazing.
You are so welcome to go work. I know that you were in your booth probably working, but listen, anything that we can do to make you a Disney princess, we will do.
That's what we're doing.
Before you go, do you want to tell us what books you're working on?
Ooh, what are you working on?
Oh, so I just finished the first book of the Malice Family Vampire series by Emily Goodwin. It's like a dark paranormal romance. It's so good.
Amazing.
It is so good.
Okay.
So I just finished that and turned that in for Podium. And I'm working on the second book of the Years of the Apocalypse, which is like progression fantasy meets Groundhog Day.
Oh, cool.
So it's like basically she's trying to stop the apocalypse, and every time she dies, she goes back to the beginning and has to restart it again.
Amazing.
So she's lived like multiple years at this point, and it's just like, how do I do? What do I do?
Yeah, that'd be
And
terrible.
then-
No, thank you. That's crazy. That's awesome.
And then I think the other things, I mean, I have some other stuff coming up, but I'm not sure exactly. I mean, I'm allowed to talk about some of the things I'm already cast on, but some of the things I've signed an NDA for something coming up soon that I'm not allowed to talk about right now.
Yeah.
Tell us on a scale of 1 to 10 how excited Liz is going to be about it and how excited I'm going to be about it.
I don't remember if you read this or not. That's why I don't know.
So Liz is the high fantasy girly. I'm the trash romance smut fairy girl.
Trash romance smut.
Anyway, I cannot say anything because I don't want to be implicated, so I'm not going to say anything.
That's fine.
But I'm going to be working on a dark romance. I just finished a book with one of the big book talk romance dudes, Grayson Owens, on a book, and I'm about to be working on a book with Sean Masters, who's another big romance voice that everyone's like, I just would listen to everything he narrates. So that'll be fun.
We are so glad that you are booked.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I know that you might be stressy about it, but we love that you are busy.
Yes.
I'm trying to get there. You're
doing so good. You're doing so good. You are.
We're trying to get there, and we're trying to get to a point where I'm not stressing out about how much work I'm doing, but like, you know, I can be done by this time of the day and I can just hang out with you guys.
Yeah. Well, go do all the things.
Paul's been coming to my lives and just hanging out for hours and like helping me like stay motivated, which is great.
We love
Paul's
that.
the best.
Paul's the best.
Yeah.
Well, Jessica, we are going to do everything that we can to promote you being a Disney princess.
Yep. We're going to do it.
I appreciate it.
She does.
Yeah.
Well, y'all are very sweet. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have a PA starting next week too.
Woo!
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I finally got to the point where I was like, I need help.
Yeah.
We love that.
Good job asking
Good
for
for
help.
you.
So I'm gonna have a PA starting next week. She's a really sweet girl. She's one of the runners of the Goodish Girls podcast. Her name is Dallas. But we met going to Disney together, and we had been like talking via like Instagram and everything. But then after, like, we were hanging out, and I was like, yeah, you know, like I need help with this, blah blah blah. And she was talking about how she wants to be a PA for authors, and I was like, have you ever considered being a PA for a voice actor?
We love that. Good job.
Well, I know Dallas is not here, but thank you to Dallas for supporting our girl Jessica and helping her out. And I know, Jessica, you got to go work, but thank you so much for hanging out
Thanks
with
for hanging out with us.
Of course, of course.
Nice to meet you.
It's lovely to meet you. Have a great night, everybody. Mwah.
Thanks, Jessica.
Bye.
All right. So, other Jessica, Jess,
Jess.
you have another question from the comments for the talented Talon Warburton. Say that 10 times fast.
Yes.
Talented Talon Warburton. Talented Talon Warburton. Nope, can't do it.
Does it feel weird listening to a voice that is so similar to your dad's when you're listening to Dungeon Crawler Carl?
You know, I've heard some mention it, like in the beginning, like when I first started listening, I'm like, that is 100%, you know, him doing my dad. But relatively early on, he kind of, you know, finds a groove where he finds a good mix where it's definitely still touched by that, but it's uniquely Carl, I think, you know. So it was funny. I enjoyed it, you know. I enjoyed it, but like my dad's got one of those voices that people like to imitate, and so. Not incredibly shocking, but I did get a kick out of it. I did get a kick out of it.
Oh, I love that.
Well, and then Talon, I guess, how close do you think that you get to mimicking your father's voice when you need to? Could you call, for example, your high school and get out of a detention by pretending to be your father?
I will not be humble. There is nobody who does it better than me.
Not be humble. I would agree with that. I've heard you just little snippets that you've done, and I'm like, holy shit.
Us, did you ever get
that
out of
I'll
trouble?
full on brag about. And by the way, the secret is you gotta squint. We made a video about that. You know what? You gotta be well versed in all the woodland creatures. Squeakity squeak squeak. There's a wall there. Trust me. Yeah.
Ginger,
I love that so much.
in the comments did say that you can do your dad's voice better than your dad can.
Listen. Yes. But it's no.
Listen, yes.
Listen. I didn't write the rules, Dad. Sorry, it's mine.
Yeah. So tell me,
a spit take.
Have you ever done your dad's voice to get out of trouble, to like call your mom? No, you've never impersonated him.
He has never used his powers for evil, is what he's saying.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That he wants to admit to.
That he wants to admit to.
No, I evil? No evil.
Evil? Okay.
No evil.
Okay.
No evil.
No evil. There you go. I love that so much.
Wrong lever.
Seeing on videos is one thing, but live, oh my god.
Oh my god.
People love it. I think you do your father's voice better than your father.
It's fantastic. You do a very good job. Absolutely. And I do think you're right. I do think it's the squinting that really helps you, like, just get into that.
Yeah.
It's the squinting.
The squinting. Because my dad hasn't seen clearly for the past 36 years. But
Incredible.
Oh my god. Jess, was there any more? You said you had 3. Did we get all 3?
I think there's one more question.
Okay.
So this is my question.
Okay.
All right. So you love Dungeon Crawler Carl. You have a lot of nerdy hobbies. What do you think your nerdiest hobby is?
Ooh, good question.
I like that one.
Okay. Well,
or is there a hobby that you like don't want to admit to?
I feel like he's gonna go get
there's no hobbies that I don't want to admit to. Life gets a lot better when you stop caring what people think, you know. So my nerdy hobbies. It's funny because I joke about it with my wife because when we first started, you know, dating, I was a personal trainer. I was a personal trainer for about 7 years actually. Mm-hmm. I've always loved nerdy stuff, always. But just like when I started getting into the bodybuilding thing, it required a lot of time, you know. So I know how to do it. It's not sustainable, you know. You got to find that balance. And then I was able to maintain pretty well. But then after having a kid, everything changes, and you know. So I had to take I'll say a sporadic hiatus from the gym for a while because it's just energy-wise in life. It's you just do what you can when you have a baby, and now I've been able to finally start getting back in regularly, which has been great. But I did not have as much time for my nerdy hobbies as I would have wished. But my buddy Patrick, he got me into Dungeons and Dragons. I'm like, he's like, just trust me, this is made for you. And I'm like, fine. And I'm like, right into my veins. Oh my God, how have I gone years without doing this? This is amazing. Paladin is my favorite class, by the way.
Amazing. Okay.
Nice.
I have a carved Paladin like coaster next to my computer desk. And then after that got me into mini painting because I'm like, well, I want to paint my own D&D figures because I did art in high school. I did mostly drawing, and it never like really like I liked it, but not enough to do it on my own free time. But as I started doing the minis, I'm like, ooh, this ticks a different box. And then my buddy's like, okay, Patrick's like, okay, you trust me for this. Trust me for this. You're gonna love Warhammer 40,000, which, by the way, is my challenge to you guys because you're about to hit 40,000 followers. So if you haven't done any videos, I recommend the Eisenhorn trilogy. That's where a lot of people think the show's
trilogy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Eisenhorn. Yes, Eisenhorn. Or if you want to be really hardcore, if you want to earn Talon points, you start with Horus Rising, which is the beginning of the Horus Heresy.
Horus Rising. Yeah, we want to earn.
We want Talon points, so obviously we're gonna start with Horus Rising then.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay.
Well, we're gonna do a live Dungeons and Dragons like campaign, like a one shot. So we will invite you if you would like to participate and be our paladin.
It's true. We'll need a paladin.
You may invite me, and if I can, I would love to. So the longer in advance I have, the more likely.
It is always nice to be invited.
Yes. Absolutely.
No, I do, and I appreciate the invite, and I would love to do it, but I just have to know when it is. So you got my contact. Any chance I have to do paladin stuff, I will leap at that. So
I love that.
We'll coordinate details.
Incredible.
Yes.
Coordinate details.
Talon, if you love Dungeon Crawler Carl, I have a book for you.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't read Discount Dan by James A. Hunter.
I've seen it start to pop up on my feed.
It's good.
There's a Kickstarter for the first book, the hardcover mystic copy of it. It got funded in under 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it reached
really
its
good.
second stretch goal of 60K in less than 2 days.
Yeah.
So this is the time to get in on it.
It's really, really good.
It's narrated by the incredible Steve Campbell.
Yes.
Who also does some work with Sound Booth Theater. But like Discount Dan.
James A. Hunter actually is a friend. He and Matt know each other. Matt's actually talked about it when he was on tour. He talked about it as one of the books that he really liked.
I'm listening. Gonna feed him more nuggets.
Go for it. Give it those nuggies. But it's one of those, like, James actually makes fun of it a lot, and he says it's the Kirkland brand version of Dungeon Crawler Carl, which kind of makes me chuckle a little bit because at first it might kind of seem like that, but it is just such a
because it's also a guy who was ex-military and it's RPG
with weird fashion choices, a talking animal sidekick. And it is lit RPG, but it is such a different story.
That's where the comparisons stop.
Absolutely.
Oh.
So,
if you want to talk about nerdy stuff, I mean, like, literally, I have behind me, because I was sorting earlier, I have 3 of my Magic decks right now.
Oh, we love that. Okay. Magic the Gathering.
We're
Fantastic.
Pokemon girlies.
Big box of Magic somewhere.
Of course you do, Jess.
Of course you do.
We do a lot of Pokemon and Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
And recently some of the videos that we've been doing is the Can You Guess the Pokemon? By just
that's a fun one.
Naming weird things like, would you let this Pokemon babysit your children?
Do people unfairly and grossly sexualize this Pokemon? Like,
pretty good at it.
We've gotten pretty good at guessing what these Pokemans are, so they're pretty funny. Yeah. We have fun with that one.
I played Pokemon is very near and dear to my heart. I will always love Pokemon, but I literally, like, that thing is like, oh, you like cigarettes? Well, smoke the whole pack of cigarettes, why don't you? I did that to myself with Pokemon. I logged so many hours shiny hunting.
Yep.
Hold on. There's a dog. Wait a second. There's a dog here. Hello, baby. Hello, baby.
Oh, so sweet. Look at that little face.
Look at him.
Now, he's doing that because soon I'm going to have to take him out to go potty. Hello, young man. Yes, hello.
Potty. Yes.
And you didn't give him any chicken nuggets.
No chicken nuggets for
Oh,
Pupper?
I'll give him a treat. I'll give him a treat. Hold on a second. Yeah.
We are
Advocating for narrators, authors, and dogs.
and
people.
puppies, yeah. Animals
So-
in general, but treats, yeah.
So, how about we do this? Because I'm having a very lovely time, but I will have some doggy duties to address. Can we do 5-10 minutes, and then maybe
Yeah.
we'll schedule another one of these? We'll do one of these in a couple weeks or something if you want to do
would
that.
Love that, Talon.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess, why don't we wrap it up because you've got things to do. Are
Yes.
there any closing?
I know I missed a few questions. Let's have if anybody has any more
great.
questions in the comments. Let's see. I'll pick one out. Let's see what
Yeah,
we got.
see
Throw
what you
some at us. Throw some at us. Throw
Ooh,
some questions.
actually, Kat. Oh, Kat asked if you have a favorite video game that you play right now.
That I play right now, no, but I'd probably say the God of War series.
God of War is a really good series.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna replay that now that my son's born. Particularly, I mean, all of it, but the new one. The Witcher, Metal Gear Solid, particularly Snake Eater, is one of my favorites of all time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Favorite scary movie?
Fable.
Oh, yeah.
Favorite scary movie is Blair Witch Project. That might be the scariest movie for me that I've ever seen. Hereditary is the most fucked up movie I've ever seen in my life. I don't know. That terrifies me. Hereditary is it's up there. So those are probably my two favorite horror movies.
Incredible. Who is your favorite character in Dungeon Crawler Carl other than Carl? We're going to give you an out on that one. Other than Carl.
Repetente.
Repetente.
Tony's good.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
She does that right in my ear because she thinks
Right
it's funny
in my
because it's right in my
fucking
fucking ear.
It
and
is funny. It's
Every
objectively
time.
funny, Liz.
For everybody but me.
Everybody.
Poor
Here, keep the
Everybody.
questions up. You got me.
There
I'm
you
here.
go. I
Speed
love
fire
it.
'em. Speed fire 'em. Yeah. No, I'm here. If I missed it before, let's see. Oh, hello, Sam. I'm about to leave, but if you got a question,
It's true. Hereditary was a fucking wild movie. It was.
Wild movie.
Yeah.
Wild
Do
movie.
you own a toe ring already?
yeah, but I need to up my collection. It's kind of a junky one I got on Amazon. I need a higher quality one. I also
I have
miss
a
costumes.
sterling silver one, and it's wonderful. It doesn't change my toes colors, which is nice. Do you have
I
a ring of
appreciate
divine
that.
suffering? Did you get
Do I have a ring of- I might, because I remember when I went to the Ren Fair this year, my mom, who's a master thrift shopper, I put her on a mission, like, get me as much gaudy costume jewelry as you possibly can.
Yay!
She delivered, boy, so I have some really fun, and one of them is possibly a ring of divine suffering, or maybe like a semi-divine ring of medium suffering, I'm
I
not
love
sure.
that. I actually found one for my Carl cosplay at a Tinker's cart in Thailand, and I picked it up, and the guy's like, "Oh, this is real jade, real gold," and it was $1. So obviously, I know it wasn't real jade or real gold, and it's adjustable, but it's huge, and I love it. It's one of my favorite things. So,
And
Captain,
it's how you feel about it, which is key.
Yes.
And by the way, yes, I would get one of Carl's tattoos. I would
I
get the
love it.
Desperado Club one, even
On
though
your
my
neck.
wife will kill me. She will kill me.
I love that.
Where
I love
would
that.
you
Rogue
get
Trader, I haven't played. Huh?
You what?
Where would you
Well,
get
sorry,
it?
Rogue Trader, I haven't traded it yet. Repeat that one more time. I'm so sorry.
Where would you get it?
Would you get it on your neck like it's
Yeah,
supposed
would
to
you
be,
get it
or
on-
would you? Okay.
Somewhere else?
No, I'm not gonna go quite that far, but I think it's a badass tattoo. Yeah, maybe like somewhere like right here, or like right
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
Or you could
but,
pull a Jeff and get it on your butt.
He got a donut tattoo on his butt on a live.
And
so
he
I'm
showed
like,
everybody at Lit
He did.
RPG Con last year.
Yeah.
that
It
is
was there.
He did.
that is tremendous.
It's true.
I checked butts, Jeff's butt recently, so I was wondering about that. Yeah, when we had lunch, I thought it was kind of a
Did you
weird
check-
request.
You checked his butt then? When you had lunch?
Far be it from me to question the customs of such a well-renowned narrator.
That's right.
It's
That's
true.
right. That's right.
It's true. I've been
Well,
I
cracking
mean, if
up.
that's what Jeff wants.
I think somebody asked Talon, how many variants of Dungeon Crawler Carl, the physical books, do you own?
Oh, that's a good one.
0. It's all Audible. I'm gonna have to buy the physical ones.
There you go.
I've only listened to the Audible ones.
Okay.
I do mostly Audible and Kindle these days because when I read, it's at night in bed, and I don't want to have the light on. My wife, I was always staunchly anti-Kindle, and then I'm like, oh god, this is so much better for convenience sake.
Kenneth has handed us.
So
this
we
is
have a friend who has been making stuff for our Celestial loot boxes and very kindly sent us a Desperado Club dagger.
It's the
Oh,
actual.
that's awesome.
So he makes the knives.
Nice.
It's very cool. And
Yes.
they say Desperado Club on them.
So fun it
Not
hurts.
that you can
Yeah.
see it,
It's
but
it's
we
but
love him for it.
There it
So
is.
Thank you, Scuba
That is
Steve.
some crazy talent.
right, and he makes all of the blades himself. It's not like, oh, he just found a blade and sharpened it. Like he forged that thing.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I have a, yes, we're going.
Well, actually, we met because his forge burned down.
Mm,
And one
unfortunately.
of the authors in our community asked if we being the helpers.
Steve Rowland.
It was the
Steve
author
Rowland.
Steve
The
Rowland.
author Steve
the
Rowland.
actual
The
author
actual
Steve
author.
Rowland.
Not
Yeah.
the stripper?
Not
Well,
the troll stripper, but
not-
the guy
yeah.
he's named
Yeah.
after. Yes.
All of the
Maybe.
above. He actually, knowing us being the helpers, asked us if we would do
Yeah.
a live and help promote Scuba Steve and his GoFundMe. And as a thank you, he sent us our own daggers, which was incredibly unnecessary but deeply appreciated.
Yes, and now Mia uses them to open. Oh my goodness!
All of our boxes.
Look at that baby.
Yeah, he is desperate.
He's
Um,
desperate. Bless his heart. Well,
I
thank you
know.
so much for hanging
Well,
out with us, Talon.
We appreciate you
Yes.
very much. We'd love
I
to
appreciate
do this
you
again
guys.
sometime when you've got some time. If you end up with time,
Yes.
we hope you end up being very, very busy and as our Carl.
Wink, wink.
I hope. Fingers crossed. I really appreciate everybody that took time to hang out with us. I appreciate you guys. I really enjoyed today, and we'd love to do it again sometime.
Absolutely.
Amazing. So
We'll
nice to meet you,
we'll be
Talon.
in contact. But thank you so much for
And
hanging
thank
out
you
with
for joining
us.
Much
Yes.
appreciated.
Of course.
Thank you. Doggy tax one more time. There we go. All right.
Puppy.
Yes, say
Love
that.
you.
All right. Don't tell Donut. All right. I'll see you
We won't
guys
tell
next.
her. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.